You made a comment recently that you'd be a dictator for day one, and you said that you would close the border and drill, drill, drill. What specifically did you mean by that?
Well, I think it was with Sean Hannity, and we were having fun, and I said, I'm going to be a dictator, because he asked me, are you really going to be a dictator? I said, absolutely, I'm going to be a dictator for one day. I didn't say from day one.
Did you mean executive orders? What did that mean,
No.
is what I'm saying.
It said very simple. I'm going to close the border, and we're going to drill, baby, drill. That's all. And then after that, I'm not going to be a dictator. Now, that was said in jest, and most people, I'm surprised you asked that question, but most people say it was said, if you run it along, you'd say, and after that, what I'm saying is that we're going to immediately drill, baby, drill. We're going to get energy down. And the other thing is we're going to have a strong border. We're going to close up the border, because no country is sustainable. When you look at what's happening to our country with people from jails and prisons, people from mental institutions and insane asylums coming in, our country is being destroyed.
Well, I mean, Mr. President, the reason that I asked the question is because your critics say that that's the worry, that it's the end of democracy, it's a dictator. And I wanted you to explain what it meant. In other words, does it mean executive orders? Are you planning to use more executive orders this time than last time? Would you use an executive order to close the border?
There's nothing wrong with executive orders. Biden's using them all the time.
Right.
I mean, to me, Biden is bad for democracy because he's incompetent. And frankly, you take a look at what's happening to our country. Our country is being destroyed before our very eyes. Of course, I'm not going to be doing that.
This is Donald Trump giving the entire game away by vowing to shut down the border, because remember, just today, the text was released for a bipartisan border deal in the Senate. And let's be clear, there is no planet on which a deal this tough on the border will ever pass again. According to one CBS reporter, this deal brokered by the White House would be one of the toughest border and immigration laws in modern history, and would not legalize any of the estimated 11 million unauthorized immigrants in the U.S., an element of comprehensive immigration reform long championed by Democrats. Meaning, if Republicans truly wanted border reform, this is their shot. A bill like this does not get 60 votes in the Senate at any other moment besides right now. And it can right now. There's clear bipartisan support. But Trump issued his edict to his underlings that the bill shouldn't be taken up, writing on Truth Social, a bad border deal is far worse than no border deal. And right on cue, his errand boys in the GOP moved to kill the bill. Mike Johnson has already said that the deal is dead on arrival in the House. Steve Scalise said it won't be brought up for a vote. Just so we're clear, Republicans have spent every day for years wailing about the border. A bipartisan group of senators introduces the toughest border bill in recent memory that could actually pass, giving them border security without immigration reform, and immediately Trump sycophants denounce it because they'd rather have the issue to campaign on than an actual solution. Do not ever take Republicans seriously again. They don't care about the border, they care about exploiting problems for political gain. Period. All of that's to say, when Trump is asked what he would do as president, the reason he says he'll shut down the border is because that's the issue he wants to run on. He is literally showcasing as much in this very interview. That is why he instructed his foot soldiers to try to kill this bill, because if it passes and the border gets fixed, then what will he exploit for political gain? You see, when Republicans claimed that they wanted Joe Biden to fix the border, they didn't actually want him to fix it, they just wanted to yell at him to fix it and then use that to fundraise. These people aren't legislators, they are circus performers, and they don't want to lose their favorite act. By the way, need more proof that all Trump's concerned about is saying buzzwords? He says that he needs to drill if he becomes president, suggesting that America isn't drilling enough right now. American oil production is literally at an all-time high right now. Here's the chart proving as much. So Trump is predicating his campaign on this idea that the US isn't energy independent or isn't drilling enough. We are drilling more under Biden than we did under Trump. I'm going to make this simple. Donald Trump just says words that he thinks sound good. They have no bearing in reality. He pretends he needs to be president so we can do more fracking when there has literally never been more fracking than there is right now. Just like he claims that he needs to be president so he can fix the border, all while doing his level best to sabotage a tougher border deal than even he would be able to get as president. I don't know how many other ways I can say this. He doesn't want to fix anything. He wants to ensure that it stays broken so he can feed off voters' rage to propel himself to the White House. And let's be clear, the jig is up. Democrats have come out in full force. Here's just a small sampling of those on the left exposing this game being played by the GOP.
Clear President Biden has tried to give state and local governments and nonprofits federal resources to support temporary food, shelter, and other services. But MAGA House Republicans are refusing to give those cities and states those resources. President Biden has tried to put 1,300 more Border Patrol agents at the border to help. but Republicans have obstructed that request. Republicans want to cut the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. President Biden has tried to give our border agents 100 new cutting-edge inspection devices and add 1,000 additional law enforcement personnel. Republicans obstructed that request. Honestly, I can't tell if y'all are for anything other than obstruction and cruelty.
Rather than joining Democrats and Biden in good faith bipartisan negotiations to make progress on immigration, they are taking orders from Donald Trump and actively obstructing a bipartisan border deal. Just as Trump is openly hoping for an economic downturn in our robust, low unemployment economy, they're hoping for chaos at the border and trying to stop us from preventing it. These tactics are accompanied by dangerous rhetoric. MAGA Republicans continue to invoke white supremacist, anti-immigration fantasies and conspiracy theories. It's been almost a full year since I invited the good chairman and my Republican colleagues to join oversight Democrats in condemning the Great Replacement theory, and still they fail to denounce this shameful doctrine, which has been invoked by numerous racist and anti-Semitic mass shooters and murderers across the country. America is not a great country in spite of immigrants. We're a great country because of immigrants.
By the way, they don't want to solve this issue either. Again, don't listen to me. Just listen to the speaker, who was caught on a call the other day saying that we can't solve the border crisis until after the election. By the way, here's Congressman Troy Niels giving it all away. Giving it all away. Let's read this. Let me tell you, when he's talking about immigration, let me tell you, I'm not willing to do a darn thing right now to help a Democrat, to help Joe Biden's approval rating. I will not help the Democrats try to improve this man's dismal approval ratings. I'm not going to do it. He's saying he's not going to do anything on the border. And he's from Texas, which needs help. He's not going to do anything because he doesn't want to give Joe Biden a win. You have members of this committee that have threatened to vacate the speaker again if they do anything on the border. Senator John Thune has said this is a unique opportunity. He said when Trump was president and Republicans controlled both chambers, they couldn't get done the policies that are being discussed now. So look, I'm willing to do stuff on the border. I'm willing to do it. But they're not willing to do it because they're doing what people hate about this place. They want to use it to raise money. They want to use it to politicize it. But they don't want to solve the issue. There's a deal on the table. They can solve the issue. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
So if you're a Republican, here's my message to you. You are being played. Your politicians will work you up into a frenzy on this issue, but when it comes time to actually do something about it, they will block it because they want to exploit your rage to consolidate power for themselves. If that wasn't the exact case, then they would take yes for an answer. Right now, Democrats are offering massive concessions to Republicans on the border, this lone issue that the GOP claims needs to be fixed. So they're content to complain about it now, but not fix it now. All the while, in the exact same breath, claiming that it's long past time to fix it, even though, again, they don't actually intend to. You are being taken for fools, and that is by design. Because while Republicans may claim to hate the left, there is no one they hate more than their own supporters. Before you go, I need some help. Please subscribe to the channel and do your part to help grow the progressive media ecosystem. I don't do sponsorships or paid ads, I won't ask for money, but just subscribing to this channel goes a really long way, and it helps get the message out to more people. The subscribe button is right here on the screen. You can also subscribe to my Spanish language channel, which I made to reach those crucial Spanish-speaking voters. That link is on the screen too. And finally, if you want to listen to my audio podcast, you can follow that link as well. Thanks so much for watching.